channel. Namaskar. So I am Hiker Ansel. So today I have a very wonderful news for you all. So one of my dear friend, Mr. Rong Yang, he agreed to come here and share some beautiful, wonderful, mysterious stories about the Lepcha people, the original inhabitants of Sikkim. So he looks quite old, but believe me, he is a very powerful wizard that I have ever known. So don't mistake him from being an old person. So he's going to share some wonderful stories. I hope you will like it. I'm looking forward to hearing those stories. Every time he says it, and I'm really amazed. So let me introduce you to Mr. Rong Yang. Mr. Rong Yang.
Hello everyone. So I'm Rong Yang. Thank you Ansel for inviting me today. Thank you very much. So before I begin with the stories, let me introduce you to my dear motherland, Sikkim. So as you see in the map, in the north, as the guardian of the Indian people stands the mighty Himalayas. In its east end, in its east end, the Himalayas rise to their highest, and some world-famous peaks are located there. Kanchenjunga is one of them. From an incredible height of 28,146 feet, Kanchenjunga slopes down southwards, touching the plains of Bengal at a distance of about 70 miles. On these slopes, some 40 miles in width, is located the beautiful state of Sikkim. The high mountain ranges of the Himalayas separate it from Tibet, the roof of the world. To its west lies Nepal, and to its east, Bhutan. In the south, where it opens up to the plains, is West Bengal. This small state, now enjoying equal status with other states of India, is a gift of the Himalayas. It is a fairy land full of green valleys and lovely hills. The state stretches from the sunny plains to the snow clad peaks. Therefore, it is possible to experience within its small area a climate as varying as tropical heat to Arctic cold. Up in the north, near the peaks, there is only snow with little habitation. People live down at the foothills where the cold is bearable. A little higher up, flowering shrubs and creepers grow in abundance. In the seasons, the whole hillsides turn into a bed of flowers, with the sky filled with clouds of butterflies of many colors. Sikkim lies in the direct path of the monsoon, so it gets good rainfall. Also, in summer, water comes down the peaks from the melting snows. Naturally, there are all over the state many streams, gorges, and rivers. They all form the tributaries of the two main rivers, Tista and Rangit. The Sikkimese people live mostly on the banks of these two rivers and their tributaries. First, the British came in to help the Sikkimese in repelling an attack from Nepal. Subsequently, Kalimpong and Darjeeling came to be gifted to the British. Darjeeling was developed as a health resort later, but following a disagreement and skirmishes between the Deputy Commissioner of Darjeeling and the Sikkimese court, a British expedition was sent to Sikkim in 1861 to subdue the state and bring it under British control. Following this, the state was brought on par with the other native states. The Chogyal was recognized as the Maharaja of Sikkim under the protection of the British. It was during the reign of Thutub, son of Chukpud, that a large number of people from Nepal migrated to Sikkim with the active encouragement of the British. They settled down in the lower ranges of southern and eastern Sikkim. In course of time, these Nepalese settlers became so numerous that they easily outnumbered the Lepchas and Bhotias put together. The largest group amongst the Nepalese in Sikkim are the Kirats. The common bond that unites all Nepalese is the Nepali language. It is a beautiful language, very much like Hindi, written in Devanagari script. It is easy to learn and is very musical. The poet Bhanu Bhakta is the greatest name in its literature. He translated the most holy book of Ramayana into Nepali. Nepalese are Hindus like their brethren in Nepal. This makes them religiously different from the original Sikkimese people. The festivals they celebrate, the god they worship, and the customs they observe are the same as those of the Hindus in India. While this panorama of history continued its march, people were born, lived, and died. The traditions that each generation made, as well as the folklores of the tribes, were passed on to succeeding generations till they became a treasure house of wit and wisdom which belonged to the whole community. Here is a representative collection of this heritage of the Sikkimese people. The collection falls under three broad groups: tales of a mythological nature, which are wholly of the Aboriginal Lepcha people from part 1 of my stories. Part 2 of my stories contains popular tales of humor, at times containing a moral teaching, which are again mostly of Lepcha origin. Then comes the part 3, my dear listeners, the tales of the legendary heroes and historical figures of the community. So, this is the end of the introduction. I hope you understood the important significance, historical significance of Sikkim. So, now begins our stories. I will tell you one by one the beautiful, mysterious stories and legends of Sikkim. So, be ready, my brothers and sisters, and all the listeners.